Um, so I kind of just watch your coaching sessions on your second channel, like on your
Mm-hmm.
compendium,
Mm-hmm.
just in my free time. I really have fun watching it.
Nice, nice.
Just I don't know, it's nice. I like educational stuff. I've always liked educational stuff.
Sure.
So,
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. You've been playing Overwatch for a while, I assume then?
yeah, my friends got me into it towards the end of Overwatch 1, and I've been playing it on and off like 6 months at a time. Then like I'd
Yeah.
stop because summer break. I go away from like where I got my computer,
Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah, it's on and off. But most of my time, I haven't really like tried or took the game seriously. Kind of just like mechanics, but no like positioning, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Because I really
Yeah.
like the Overwatch mechanics. Reminds me a little bit of the Quake games.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Uh, Looking for insight on my mistakes in terms of positioning, timing, or whatever you spot in my gameplay. An idea of what I'm doing wrong mechanically during duels. Transparent, personalized feedback and opinions on my micro and game sense, positioning, timing, etc. Okay, sounds good. Current rank was platinum 2 to 3. You've been dancing around diamond and high plat. Is that what you're at right now?
Yeah, I'm like around plat 2 to 3. I haven't played the game since last year May because
Mm-hmm.
summer break and that, and had a bit of a busy first 3 months of
Yeah.
the academic year. Sorry. And yeah, I'm plat 2 3, but I was diamond around diamond back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Makes sense.
yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Looking at Tracer, I'll only play another hero if someone else picks her before me, and if that's the case, it's usually 76. All right, sounds good. I see why you're a, Spilo coaching addict then, because
Yeah, yeah,
there's a lot of Tracer. So
yeah.
I assume you're kind of coming in already pretty prepared for what it's going to be like, and obviously that's going to help expedite the process for me as well, because I won't have to
Yeah,
explain too many principles. I'm sure you'll be at least vaguely familiar with many of them.
definitely, definitely. Then implementing them in game, I haven't even like really tried so much. I've started recently a little bit,
Right.
but I know of them. Yeah.
Right. Okay, sounds good. Um, I am pursuing my master's degree. Congratulations. So it varies. Currently around
Thanks.
3 to 4 hours a day, competitive at least 3 days per week. What is that looking like now, last month or so?
Exactly like that.
Okay. So it's basically consistently the same, around fewer days, but more time during those fewer days.
Yeah, it like the days depend on the week because school and stuff. But there's times that I play like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. But I definitely because I also do a lot of aim training, so I'll do like maybe an hour of aim training randomly throughout the day, or some warming up as well on top of that.
Sure.
I play quite a bit, I'd say.
Sure. Okay, sounds good. Um, Short term, understanding what part of my mechanics need to improve, understanding what to improve on in duels, understanding what to do in response to opponent rotating away from my angle. I'll explain better during the call. Okay, talk to me.
Okay, okay. Um, all right, so basically, like, I feel like when I take an angle on the opponents and they're sitting like in a wider open area, it feels like all it takes for them to like nullify my angle in terms of value is to just take a few steps away, which just
Yeah.
renders me useless due to my range, right?
Yep.
Whereas for me to rotate to be a threat to them on a new angle for this new position, I need to commit time and resources. And it's the resources means that I can't take a duel right after. I need to wait, which is more
Yeah.
time, and the rotation also takes time. And usually in that meantime, somebody in my team dies, and I feel responsible for it. Then I
Yeah.
blink in an int.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. I mean, I will say that the whole concept of rotating away from something is, I think, a little foreign in terms of like understanding the value of what it is. So, for example, when you take an angle and you force a response, the reminder is two things. Number one, them giving you attention to rotate away from you is value. Okay.
Hmm.
So that
Okay.
that action in of itself is value because their attention is taken up by you, and ultimately that is pressure, cooldowns, time wasted, and so on. Okay. The second thing, and this is really where the value can extend, even if you have to take a second to take a breath and reset yourself and go from there, is the fact that they no longer have the position that they initially wanted. And there was probably a pretty good reason why they wanted to be there in the first place.
Mm.
So
Right,
not
that makes
only
sense.
have you forced their attention through an action, so that allows you to, contribute to the team fight directly, but indirectly you're also clearing them from an angle or a lane that they wanted to control. And to your point of like, I need a second then to kind of re-stabilize. And then if I want to keep going, I can't go immediately. Yes, it's true. But you're also in an excellent position to when you're ready to. So you can
Okay.
then take a second, wait for your blinks, get your health back. If you need to recall, whatever, then keep going. And then keep going. And then keep going.
Okay.
And every action that you take of deepening and forcing a rotation is more value. And you've compressed the enemy team space more and more and more. Now, if during that time of I'm not killing 6, somebody in your team dies, unlucky, go next. But the action itself is value. The action of
Okay.
itself. The question, if for me, is more along the lines of when you are forcing a rotation, when you are taking attention, was it too late? Right? Did it take you too long to take that angle? Were you forcing a hard flank instead of just taking a short range angle? And I think obviously we'll look at that maybe a little bit more in gameplay. But the action of them rotating away can feel frustrating and hopeless, but it is not. It is not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah. I just remember like a very specific situation, like
Yes.
Numbani last point, right at the like end of the map where the enemy team is defending and we're attacking. And you know how there's the big courtyard and there's the two
Yep.
spawn doors?
Yes.
There's like an ash sitting in that little raised edge between those two spawn doors right in the middle.
Yes.
And I'm on the left spawn door and I shoot a bit, like do like 40% health. Then well, an Ash, no, an Ana shoots back at me or whatever. I peek back, reload, and now the Ash walked 2 steps to the left, didn't even look towards me, and just kept shooting.
Right. Right.
I guess I
Right.
got the Ana's attention.
Well, the problem with that angle is that you're not really close to anything but the ash, if even that, right? Like that's just a very open, naked space.
Right.
Could you have found more success short angling on right, or even playing upstairs deeper on right towards your spawn door? I think the answer is 100% yes.
Yeah.
100% yes.
Probably. Yeah.
Like that general area is just very open for you left. Right, feels a lot more congested and closer. And to be honest with you, that's also just it's 2 CP. Okay, it's just 2 CP with another name put onto it. Right, like that at that point, like that defense is really brutal. Right, so it's an awkward location. It's an awkward map, but in principle, it's okay.
Oh, right. Overwatch 1 stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly. Okay.
All
One thing before we keep going on to the strategy side of things. Um, 3 days a week of practice. Obviously, with your limitations, it's understandable, but it's not going to be optimal. I think for your goals, I don't think it's a huge ask. I think maybe low masters is possible, maybe with the way that you're training right now, but it is going to be difficult because the consistency of your practice over 3 days over a week is not that's not exceptional, right? It's passable, but it's not exceptional.
right. Yeah.
Nothing you can really do about it. That's just how it is. That's fine. I would definitely be cautious about trying to play any catch-up game with your training days. In other words, don't try to like too hard grind on those 3 days if you're not feeling it, if the energy isn't there, if you're unable to focus, or if you're a couple hours in, you're like, okay, well, I think I've got kind of burned myself through right now. That's fine. Don't
Yeah.
try to
Like
play catch up.
today was one of those days I was really annoyed that the replays got cleared because I had some
Mm-hmm.
good ones and
Mm-hmm.
I had a nice loss streak today. It was
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Yeah,
But you can't play
happens.
catch up game in the days that you don't train. The best thing you can do is make sure that you stay healthy and not burned out. It's the same thing with anything else. It's like with working out. Like, oh, I haven't worked out for 2 weeks, so I'm gonna lift weights for 4 hours. It's like then you pull a hamstring and you're like, it's just dumb. Be smart. Be smart with your time. Be smart with your limitations, and don't worry about it. Play the long run.
Okay.
Short term, I need to understand what part of my mechanics needs to improve and understand where to improve in duels. We haven't talked about that just yet. We talked about the rotation. So talk to me a little bit about your
Mm.
mechanics. I guess you're asking what you need to improve on, so maybe there's not so much of a question there, so much as there is a priority when we do look at the replay code.
Yeah, I was thinking I could bring it up as we play, but the one thing I can tell you is like I'm like a big aim training guy. Like
Yeah.
I've been aim trained. I have like 400 hours or something on it, but
Yeah.
it's not hasn't been consistent over the years. Like for example, now I haven't done it in like nearly a year, and makes a really big difference in how I aim because I have hand tremors a little bit.
Yep.
But I've been like top 99.6%, like top 75th in the world on some of the hardest, most applicable scenarios to Tracer.
Yeah.
But I mean, how much that translates in game is a different story. You know, there's movement, there's panic as well. Like I get really like anxious sometimes when I play.
Okay. Okay.
But like the Tracer duel isn't all aim, and I do a lot of crosshair ego. I used to do a lot of crosshair ego because of the aim thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you've clearly put that as a priority for you, right? When you train, like that becomes the
Yeah,
forefront of applying what you've trained, right? So, questions of applicability aside from somebody that's been playing this game for a long time, the other question is, do I really want to be putting as much emphasis on that when there are other more important things for you to be working on mechanically? I mean, if you enjoy the aim training, I don't think it's ever going to be like a really complete waste of time. Knock yourself out. It's totally fine, but just I think being aware of your own tendencies and maybe some habits that can baggage that could be pulling in from the aim trainer might be worth considering.
definitely. Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
Long term, I want to get better at positioning in general. Hit low masters, feel more confident in my mechanics. Yep, 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 yep. Totally, totally makes sense. I feel like something in my mechanics is bad, but most of my understanding how to approach most engagements may be caused by my positioning. I'm not sure. I also do not know what to do in certain situations when holding an angle. Okay. I don't really have anything else to ask here. Most of this feels like it would be addressed in the actual replay review itself.
Yeah, I hope they're representative,
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
honestly.
I know there's like some stress with like the codes getting wiped, but I can trust you to put on a good show, and I can kind of comfort you in the fact that it's not likely that the best replay code is like you're gonna demonstrate most of the time consistent errors throughout your gameplay, right? So we don't necessarily need the quote unquote perfect replay code. We're going to see what you need to improve on regardless.
All right, yeah, that's good.
Even if you feel like, I don't normally play quite this poorly. If you do have the moments like that, like let me know. But there's going to be some highlights. There's going to be some lowlights nonetheless. Okay. Can you see stream?
Yeah,
Okay. Now, out of the few games that I'm sure that you played, why was this the one that you wanted to look at?
cause I didn't just like the other ones. I was a little bit in a rush to get a game, and
Mm-hmm.
I just like I practiced my mechanics earlier, rushed in, just tried to get one clips, and like sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, and I felt like I wasn't doing the right things, like theoretically, like
Right.
hold an angle, try to do the right things. No, I was just like playing how I used to play before, where I'm just dive in, think I'm GM, one clip the dude, get out.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
it
yeah.
was.
Just take kind of any sort of an angle, any sort of a flank, no real strategy behind it, and just go. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Plus,
I
like my aim isn't like the greatest of all time. In fact, I feel embarrassed a lot of the time with it, so
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
shouldn't
That's
even
fine.
do that.
Well, there's a level of expectation again because of how much you aim train, right?
Right, yeah,
You
that's a good
expect
point.
it to demonstrate in game, and obviously with a character, especially like Tracer, where aim training is useful, but man, it's a unique game, right? It's like saying that I'm top 100 in Kovacs, so I'm the world's best Genji player, right? Like, it's unique, right? Like, this isn't Cassidy, right, or Soldier. So yeah, I think that's just going to be how it is. Okay. One last disclaimer for you. I think it's important to keep in mind. I'm glad that you're studying. I'm glad that you're coming in kind of prepared, knowing what to expect and understanding the basic principles of what this character does well. I mean, that kind of skips a lot of conversation that we have to have, right? Which is great. But, don't just be a student of the game for the sake of being a student of the game unless you enjoy that. Don't expect to watch Spylo videos and then be able to apply those principles quickly. Have you ever seen me play
Yeah.
Tracer?
Uh, Maybe like a few times.
Embarrassing. Okay, it's embarrassingly bad. I played one yesterday. I actually had like a decent clip here or there, but it is like it's plat. I mean, really, it's plat, and I don't say that about too many of my DPS characters, right? And you might be like, "Hey, I'm plat," watch your mouth, buddy. But like you'd think with somebody of I've coached Tracer more than any other character, right? But the ability to apply those things is difficult, and I think I've worked with a lot of players that are Spylo too. They've watched a lot of those videos, and you can't really apply all those things, right? And you can't really train all those things, and you can't really expect too much from yourself. It's the same problem as the aim training, expecting to have good aim, right? It's not quite the same, right? It's not the same. you don't watch a bunch of Spilo coaching videos and then go make all the best positioning decisions, right? You have to drill and you have to practice, and you have to drill and you have to practice. So, yeah, I'm glad that you're doing those things, but obviously don't set unrealistic expectations. Don't be embarrassed by poor mistakes. Don't be embarrassed by us having this VOD review and pointing out the most basic errors ever. It's fine. Everybody's like that.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem.
That's reassuring.
I'm going to go. The nice thing about this is I'm going to make some assumptions that you know how to play Tracer, even if you don't play Tracer properly. So then I don't have to sit and explain what you should be doing. You probably should know. And if I ever do say something and you're like, wait, what do you mean by that? Just let me know.
Sometimes I might not know. So
that's fine. I think so far what you've been doing is relatively fine. I mean, you've been applying consistent pressure, the rotations. You're clearly on your whole I don't care about target priority grind, right? Which is great. But then this is kind of like the question of what's the next step.
Yeah, someone died, so I was just like, let me go and live in their back line, and it took me a second to think of that.
Well, I wouldn't even think of that in relation to somebody dying. What I would look at is that your angle has died. Right here. This wall is where the angle dies, okay? So then what's the next step?
I think just deepen. That's what
Deepen.
I'm going to do, I think.
You have to deepen, right? You could go to telephone box, but I wouldn't have minded if like 5-6 seconds ago, you went ahead and rotated up top and took the angle from here and then rotated to here. Now, it might be too late for that here. Okay, no, this is good. Yeah, this is fine.
Here, I think I'm just going to like try to get the Zen.
Yeah,
but
this is fine.
I forget about the Mei coming back.
Okay, so that's fine. Like that happens. My major problem with this here is that it just took you too long to come to this conclusion. You dumped 2 clips into a Bastion and did about 35 damage, right? Instead of rotating sooner.
Fair.
But I mean, if you look at this from a space perspective, you know, like this is a fight that you should win, right? Based off of a lot of your actions, right? And the Mei being here is fine. Just don't die. Right? So there you go. This is like, you did the right things here. You didn't do them perfectly well mechanically. You were a little slow here and there. You forgot about Mei and yeah, but like, it worked. Okay. Right? You broke the choke with Ryan Mei thanks to your efforts. You cramped their style. You stuffed them into a corner, and then you won. Congratulations. Next fight.
Felt good about that one. This is where the struggle begins.
Uh-huh. Rotate through to Mega. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
That was confusing.
Yeah, she did exactly what you thought she did, but she did it faster than you thought. So
Yeah.
we just whiffed. That's it. That's okay.
Here I'm not sure like what to do because it's such a like a long sight line. I already had to commit 1 blink to get even into effective range.
Look carefully.
And then,
Look carefully. Look carefully. What do you see?
oh, just the team is not even.
Yeah. So you see that you're trying to solve a problem that is a problem because of your timing.
Yeah.
Now, if you're looking at this from like, let's say the fight had happened, then yeah, maybe you would commit like a blink into here. But honestly, like you could just angle from here, right? You could then rotate across from the Mega to here. You could take the top and go from here. I do agree that this is one of those maps. This is one of those situations, kind of like the stone wall here, where your angle has died. Right? Your angle has died here. Your angle has died. So you can either commit and reach, or you can just take the time to rotate. But the most important thing is that there should be no urgency to do anything right now.
Yeah, true. There's an angle here that I'd never used this whole like game, and I regret it a lot. But here we'll see. I think.
Okay. Oh, little thing here as well. I think you can blink up top here. You should be able to.
Yeah, I did at some point, but
I don't think you need to.
it's hard to remember. Like
it is.
Here.
It is. But look at you go.
Yeah, this is what I did, right? And then he just takes a few steps and he's out of there.
Yes.
Like, what now?
Yes. But who is not feeling? Do you look at this and think the enemy team is in a good position? Remember the very first question? You're like, he takes a few steps and then all of a sudden my rotation is pointless. And what did I say? The act of taking the rotation forces action. We just saw that with the Life Weaver and the Reinhardt looking at you. Okay. But the extended value is what? They cannot take that space. Where do you think this Life Weaver wants to be?
Where
do you think this Mei wants to be?
the Mei with the Rhine, like they want to brawl.
Yeah.
Probably lock in our Sigma.
Do you see it? Do you see this? You've compressed them. You've prevented them
Right.
from walking forward. This Rhine is going to lose this trade.
Okay.
And if you're really feeling uncomfortable, well, then you can always just take the time to deepen your rotation. That's fine.
Ooh, okay.
You know, you could take the time to deepen rotate. If you've already, I don't think you need to right now. I think you could just keep applying the DPS passive from here and just be like, come on, supports, walk forward. But look. He didn't want to play here. Right? There it is. Be patient. Trust the value of the angle that you're holding. Right? This is good. This Rhine is dead. Okay. Okay, I want you to make yourself feel better about yourself. And my F3 button is broken. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, look at the Rhine cook.
I mean, this is the stupidest support line I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, all right. It's offensive to Oxygen to say that they breathe it.
I got roasted by the Echo at the end of the game.
Yeah. Okay, so this is beyond brain dead. Okay, in fact, it's so brain dead that I'm going to take a dedicated segment. I'll run over 2-3 minutes. I don't care. I want to see what happened here. So Sombra creates space, but she just stands there.
Oh, that anti.
She didn't even use Sleep Dart. Yeah, so, I mean, this is what you're working with here, okay? It happens, all right?
True, I should have one-clipped all of them. Mm-hmm. That was... No,
But
okay.
I guess the point being said is like that you still created that resource split, that you still killed the Life Weaver, right? You still killed the Rhine, right? So this is going to be a choke broken, so...
Okay.
I would have preferred you to live here too, frankly. Like I don't think you intended to die there, but there was clearly a level of like, oh, we're basically lost, so I might as well do something. No, hold the angle.
It's just like, I saw that they were getting... Okay, I don't want to say anything bad. Ruined. So I was like, I need to do something. Let me go get this Kiriko out of there. And then I died.
Yeah. But remember, always pursue pressure. Always pursue value. Don't feel like I have to step up the level of performance. No, you just have to perform consistently.
Okay.
Like if I go back to your death here, right?
Yeah, actually, that's it. Because here,
Why?
can you go like back 5 seconds or something?
Yeah.
Like here, I stay at the angle, right?
Yeah. This is good.
Same. And then the maid, I don't know, I just blinked, right?
Yeah. It's just a little bit unlucky, right? A little bit unlucky, but you kind of forgot about the May, but it's just a goofy error, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
You could have sat here and lived and pressure and lived. And to be honest with you, if you'd lived longer, I actually have. There's a real good chance here you and your Sigma clear this up. Like really good chance. Like think about. I mean, come on, this guy is. Okay, never mind. You would have 100%.
Oh damn, you're right.
Yeah, like your Sigma's the
that guy
goat.
was dead for sure.
No, look at him. He's popping off, right? So, like, again, it doesn't really matter in the end game, but it is worth pointing out that there is a little bit of urgency from you. And I can just tell by the way that you're talking, right? You have high expectations of your teammates, and you get irritated at them sometimes. And you have expectations of yourself, and you get irritated at yourself sometimes. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but that's the vibe I'm getting.
No, for sure. You read me like a book.
So you got to chill. You got to chill this. You got to trust it, right? It's the same thing. I could tell from the moment you asked me about they rotate away and I can't do anything. Well, you are doing something. You're just not doing the flashy, sexy, explosive things, right? And then even there, a nice aim. You're trashing yourself. Lay off. You did fine. It didn't matter. Do your job. Trust the process. Like this is what you signed up for when you played this character. I know that there's like a lot of flashiness of this character potential, right? But there's also a lot of moments when you're playing the Sombra Mei Kiriko, okay? And you just gotta, you gotta eat your meat and potatoes, right? So I'm not saying that you have to be passive. I'm just saying that you have to be patient. That's all.
Fair. All right.
Like if you want to go for the high risk, high reward angle, if you're like, I don't like shooting Rhine, I'm gonna take the time to rotate up to here, and I'm not freaking one clip this Life Weaver. That's all right. I'm all right with that. Set it up then, right?
Close enough, I guess.
Yeah, but set it up, right? The rule is short range, off angle, time dwell, right? Whether that's on Rhine or whether that's on Life Weaver, I don't care. But you need to set it up if it's Life Weaver.
True. I think yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then I heard this guy. I was like, okay.
Yeah, this is fine.
And then it's too long.
Yeah, it's too long, right? So you rotated across to here. I think the Sombra side quest obviously didn't pay off too well because the ultimate goal from here needs to be, either applying consistent pressure to Reinhardt or frankly, just here. This is like Merry Christmas land, right? You can apply pressure to backline here. You can take the staircase up top. You needed to get it to a short range angle. The Sombra side quest distracts you, and now you don't have the time or resources to play well. And then you peek a long angle. You get your headshot by Mrs. Kiriko, and then, now what? And by the way, your Juno died anyway.
Oh, yeah, nice.
My feedback here is don't be useless. That's my feedback. Yeah. And by actually rotating and setting up in the appropriate angle. It's kind of funny because you had this like really, really honest angle here on the Rhine. Like really, really boring, to be honest, but honest angle here, right? And then you do a rotation through to flip the script. Yep. And then you completely lost the script. You completely lost it for like 10 seconds, right? You were like almost negative value, like almost distracting your support so low value, right?
I need to find the balance because it's usually just doing this angling stuff where I'm really bringing a lot of value, like a low value angle or something, or I'm just diving in and like feast or famine,
Right. And I think maybe we can kind of interpret that as psychological if you want to, just being more patient with yourself. But we can also interpret that in really hard concrete stuff as stop peeking long angles and stop chasing targets. If you want to go for a flank, set it up. Go. If you want to set up an honest angle and just shoot Rhine, go. But you need to make that decision. And you need to live with the consequences. You need to stop chasing butterflies. So, I mean, maybe it's more psychological with you. Maybe it's just more like that's the simplest way of applying it. Like, this is fine. Like, and, you could go, oh, should I have pulse from Kiriko? I don't know. But, like, I mean, this position's good. Like, this is a good position, right? This is a good position. You can live here. You can pressure here. You can force distractions. Yes, good. This is fine. And this is kind of one of those moments where you got to make a decision here. Do I want to take the honest angle, the short, easy angle on the right, or do I want to go and start setting up a deep flank and murder this guy's family, right? Like, I mean, that's kind of your call, right? Just not here.
I was just thinking they're respawning. I just want to get some ult charge while I'm at it, but then I don't do anything after. So
take space, right? Like that's the thing. It's like you have to invest your time now. You're not taking space right now. This is better. But it's so poorly set up that you end up getting swung and your recall is forced and like now you're just playing Reaper but a lot shorter. By short I mean height. It was a joke. Like it's ineffective. Just like the joke. I mean, yeah, this is just a disaster, right? Like it feels like you're constantly. I feel stressed watching it.
You should imagine me.
I feel stressed watching it, right? Like it feels like you're playing like Left 4 Dead or something, and like you're just running around trying to find out where you want to be, not really taking the time or having decisions. Because like, yeah, this could work. You could go here, harass Weaver, and then go to here, and you could I don't know. You could I guess do this here. It feels pretty crappy, but like you could have rotated here. Like you just haven't been a factor as much. You've kind of been an annoying gnat to swat, but. It's always a question of the timing of when. This is too far. Go for the Weaver. Nice. It's too late. That's it. That's all. Your Echo is dead. Your team, they've already used an ultimate. I like this positioning. I like the 2-for-1 resource trade. I like the way that you've been rotating and using cover to waste the Sombra's hacks. Yeah, one tiny little thing with the micro here. Treat Sombra like you would any other hit scan because you cannot cross it. You go this.
Oh, I thought I could just like one clip where she's walking out.
No. You can once she's used Virus.
Oh, true, because they have a damage boost on it now, right?
Well, it's not even the damage boost. It doesn't matter if they do, but it doesn't matter. It's just a freaking butt ton of damage. So this right here is that's clinical insanity right there. Like So once this is off, now you can just totally ego her. Totally ego her.
Right.
One of the few characters actually that you can ego her, actually, right? To where your damage is very comfortably as good. Now she can still get the opportunist damage boost off of the hack target. So if you can use your blinks, I still think it's good too. But really the Virus is the big scary one.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. Like I could probably just like ego a Sombra, but yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I get you.
yeah. With hack and virus, it's just a little tricky. It's possible, just a little tricky. By the way, this entire like last 15 seconds, I would go as far to say the second that you took this high ground here and your team died to Kitsune, from here until now, you've played and positioned relatively well. It's been good. Okay, we gotta be patient with the pulse pumps, mate. We gotta be patient with the pulse pumps. Look at this
Just ice
composition.
block.
Look at this composition. You literally cannot use pulse pump until like the fight's basically over. Okay, like let's be real. There's 5 things. There's Suzu. There's grip. There's shield. There's translocator. There's May block. You just can't use it. All right. Just it's fine. Just hold it. It's okay. Literally, just hold it. Throw it on Ryan mid fight. I don't care.
Oh, this was sad.
It's sad. It's sad because here's why it's sad. Okay, here's why it's sad. Because you're thinking pulse bomb, and so you just get roasted. I mean, look at your HP, right?
Yeah.
Again, I don't mind the angle here. Look at their comp. Ryan, May. Right. This should walking out of this choke should be like D-Day for them. You know what I'm saying? Like it should not work, and yet it works because of what you've been doing for the past 20 seconds. It's good. Just feel good about yourself. Nice job. Congratulations.
Thanks.
This, even, is appropriate. You just get smoked. That's it. You didn't see the Mei. That's okay. That's why you have HP. You didn't have it going into this fight. You get headshot or body shot by Mei here. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. You'll be fine.
Okay.
You just needed to not die there immediately because of your HP mismanagement 6 seconds ago.
Yeah.
That's all. But I want to compliment you on how you played that overall. Oh, you want to see something funny? Check this out.
She TP'd up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I blinked and I like didn't see her and it just
Yeah.
got so
It happens. It happens. Good. Keep rotating. Yep. 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 She's out. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. If I'm going fast, it's good.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
There's nothing to say. You were patient. Your Ana died because she's a jackass. But this is good. Good angle pressure. You're forcing a positive resource rate. That is a huge error, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Here's why. Not because, oh, I forgot Sombra exists. That's true. You don't need to push deeper than this necessarily, especially as of yesterday's patch, okay? You can just sit here and shoot. You got me?
Yeah.
It's not an egregious error. Let's be honest. I think it's okay. Just for humor's sake, right? Because we want to really make sure that you are the guy that's constantly chronically mad at your teammates. Check this out. Okay, right? You know, right? That's a real person, right? By the way, that looks like my gameplay. Yeah, this is fine. It's just dumb. I mean, you even saw her there, right? Like, so yes, it was kind of dumb with Sombra anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, I just thought she would like run away after that, but yeah, no, you're right, 100%. Oh, look at this. You want to laugh? Look at this.
Too far.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh my days.
Watch her.
Oh my days. Oh my days. Again, like think of the value of what you're getting. Like this is the thing, okay? So like you talk about vegetables, right? This is like the most vegetable composition, and I mean that in like both ways, right? Like this is the stupidest composition, the most like boring composition possible to play into. I actually don't think there's a single hero here that could possibly be worse for you to play into, in terms of like intellectually stimulating. Okay. You got a tank that you can't move his HP bar with armor. You have a backline that has like 5 different answers to your pressures. And then you have 2 DPS that just basically blow you up if you make a single mistake. Okay? Yep. But look what you just did. Right? Your team is again walking out of this choke. Like if I look at this from a compositional standpoint, there's a lot of frauds here, right? We've got Brig, we've got freaking Bastion, because that's definitely the solution here. And no offense to your Sigma, who's I think probably one of the better players in your team, if not the best player in your team. This character's garbage versus what they're running. You got freaking Sombra, Mei, Ryan, and Lifeweaver, and you're running Sigma. No, it's terrible, right? So why I say this is because what you're interpreting as I have to be doing more, maybe I'm playing mechanically poor, is really just you're playing into a bad comp. And you're also making dumb mistakes. Mm-hmm. Even if you were playing honestly, this would still feel very challenging and very difficult. So you don't need to reevaluate everything. You just need to play good. Focus on yourself. Focus on your setups. Don't play for ult charge, play for setups, right? If an angle feels too long, you're right. What's the next solution? Be patient, right? Or be patient. And that's it. There's just going to be games like this, right? Like this game is over. Like this game is over.
Perseverance is my middle name.
This round was so much better for me, for the whole team in general.
I wonder why. Let's take one look. I guarantee you it's compositional. Guarantee you. Let's see. Do you see it? Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
You have a not Bastion DPS, okay? You have a BAP Ana, which makes a lot more sense given this first point here. And look at their composition, right? Now you can play the game.
Yeah.
Ana, Ball, Pharah. I mean, Pharah's Pharah, but like that's at least a character that you can be punished. You could punish. So yeah, not a mystery. I'm not saying that composition matters all that much, but it might feel bad to do the good thing sometimes. You just do the right thing. Trust.
Okay.
Too far? Good rotation. A bit awkward because of icicles. A bit awkward because of blinks, and then the boop. Hold the angle. Hold the angle. Hold the angle. Rotate deep left. Thank you. Get to cover. A little slow in the reaction here, but the resource trade is positive. You force more resources than you take. He honestly didn't even need to chase ball there. I appreciate the effort, but it's one of those situations where, like, especially post-recall, the number one thing that you should be focusing on is what? Right now.
Not dying, I guess?
Not dying, right? Don't die. Doing this equals death. You get rocketed, you're dead. You get Kiriko headshot, you're dead. Focus on playing cover. Play here. Live.
Okay.
Number one thing. Hold your angle and live. Don't chase. I think you're partially thinking, oh, maybe my supports can heal me. I get it. Nice. Nothing like that to kind of spark, make you feel a little bit better about yourself. There's the, oh, see, definitely that's the solution. Let's go Bastion. Good choice. I love this game. All need is an Orisa, and then they're all set. Sure.
That holding my recall is just never there because I'm not confident in my blinks, like the mechanics of my blink. So I always just like burn my recall. I could just like blink.
See, I think it's more than that. To be honest with you, I'm gonna give you a little bit of slack. I think it's because you're uncomfortable with where you are.
But it was for the kill on Bastion, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying you wanted to recall back to left side.
Okay, I get what you mean. Okay.
You understand? So you're like, I get my HP back, and I go back to the angle where I'm at, and post-recall, I have almost 3 blinks. Is it really that bad of a recall? What's worth more? Like, think about it. Would you rather have your recall still and be 91 HP and 1 blink? Or would you like a full HP and 2 blinks? You know what I'm saying? So that's not an easy answer, right? Like, you could argue, oh, well, I should have blinked back in here. And then
that's what I...
But then what if you don't like this angle as much? What if you like this angle? It's not...
Well, at least...
Go ahead.
At least I had a recall and 2.5 blinks to, like, reposition and do something about it.
This is not bad. This is not a wasted recall. I don't know why people obsessed... not trying to be rude here, but you don't need to obsess about recall being like the holy grail. Never use your recall. Never waste your recall. Why?
Right.
Use it. If you gets you HP and it helps you to preserve your angle and or preserve blinks, sure. I mean, blinks are just as important as recall, if not more important.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really do that a lot, but I've been thinking about it recently. Like I recall too early sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that's not the problem, but yeah, this is not it. This is not one of those moments. This is
Cheating.
fine. Yeah, I mean, it's cheating, right? You know, but it's a cheat. I know why you're cheating. I know why you're cheating. I see support's dead, right? So I'm thinking, crap, these morons have done it again. I have to make something happen. I assume.
It's even more primal. She's low HP. I won't shoot.
Oh, I see. Yeah, then you're dumb. You're dumb as rocks.
Yeah,
there's
like,
no hope for you, mate. There is 0 hope for you. You're not even getting your master's degree. You're actually screwed. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you're gonna cheat here. So how do you cheat appropriately? That's such a weird statement. How do you cheat in Overwatch appropriately?
That corner, instead of blinking in front, blink to that little like there where the trash can is.
Yeah, so blink to here, maybe. Double blink here, kind of peek this here, and then if you got to, like, you can blink through. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's even when you cheat, you don't, right? Even when you cheat, you don't. And to be frank with you, if you are going to cheat, you really need the third blink all the way through to here.
True. Cheat to an angle.
Yeah, cheat to an angle. Just not even just cheat to an angle, but actually make her turn around, right? That's the big reason why you cheat to an angle, because you're cooked here. Like, I look at this, you do not have an advantage in this duel at this exact same moment.
For sure.
No way.
And like the panic also makes you miss. Like
Yeah, I noticed, right? There's an urgency of I must perform and do something instead of being strategic about it. And it's really hard to coach because it's mid-fight, right? It's hard to be strategic mid-fight. I think when you talk about mid-fight errors, it's important to be aware of them, right? And it's important to kind of address the root cause, which is like, I'm not doing enough, I must do more, right? Addressing that may be more important than even the cheating itself.
Yep.
Good approach.
Here I felt really bad because I killed 2 of them and we still lost. But
Well, you should have lived.
yeah, I should have just recalled.
Yeah, you just didn't recall. I don't know why you didn't recall. You recall back here with 1 blink, mate? You're fine. You're gonna blink out. I actually think there's a really good chance you guys can actually retake there.
Yeah.
Imagine this. You're never gonna hit Masters because of that mistake. Disaster. Completely unacceptable. This game is will go forever. You had the opportunity to win the championship, just let it go. Yeah, this is more of a map situational thing, but yeah, I think probably flank the play here.
Here I thought let me flank, but I'm like they're gonna walk out. Oh wait, no, it's not this one. Okay.
Well, even if they do, well then you could just hug the door frame, right?
Yeah, fair.
You're okay. I think you could even play like the hotel, you know, over to your left. Yeah, this is good. Good stuff. But it's just a bit awkward playing Tracer otherwise, right? That stuffing that first choke just doesn't feel all that good. The good news is that feels good for the rest of your team, right? So if it feels awkward for you, that's all right. Your Ramatra and May are cooking. Cheeky, do it from here. Or do it from here. Or do it from here.
I think by the time I did that, he would have been full, no?
Well, that's why you go now.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
instead of honestly, I wouldn't even worry about chasing the ball here. Like, you know, that's kind of like, oh, nice job, but like, it's not worth your time.
Oh.
Go. You know. So I'm not saying that again. Deep flanking always the answer, right? Like crucially, we've seen that's not the answer all the time. But if it is what you want to do, or if it's what the map provides, you must go soon. You cannot wait. That being said, I don't hate this. I mean, sure. It's not. I will say there is a consistent theme with you with not really tracking the thing when you're using your pulse bomb. But
Sorry?
sure.
Not really
Like
what?
the thing is in ice block or Suzu, right?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying, right? So just something to keep in mind. And I want to point out again here, this is an important error here. I know you're up a bunch. No, don't do it.
No.
No. Look at your resources. Look at where he is. Absolutely not. Because if it's not him, it's going to be somebody else. And speaking of the devil, like, I mean, I'm sorry, but you should be dead 6 times a Sunday. Like, this, you are absolutely cooked, right? Hold the angle. And see, this is, it's not just about that, though. That's always like the immediate punishment. But the more long-term punishment is where could you have been here? You know? Here, holding, dragging, tailing behind, right? You don't, so now where are you? You see it?
Right, because I would have been undetected by the McCree, so I would have been able to.
Even if you were detected, what can you do about it? Right? You're somewhere back there and nothing you can do about it. He can't chase, right? Every approach from here feels really, really scary for him. But now you see the problem, right? Now you see the problem. What do you do? I actually think you should. I don't think you should. I think you have to stay. I think you have to stay.
Yeah, because they're gonna get past the choke at this point. So
right. So it's one of those things that because you pursued kills late, like when you had no resources, because you did not utilize your downtime effectively in the previous fight to that, you're ending up in bad angles, or not. You're not even necessarily always bad angles, but not in the optimal position. And now this fight is not looking promising. I'm just gonna make you cry just a little bit, just a little bit. We're gonna park our camera right here and we're gonna see what happens. In fact, I'll go as far to go back right when you got naded, right when you killed Bastion.
Be eradicated.
I mean, you see this? I mean, they're cooked, right? They are cooked. I mean, look at this. Look at this. They are cooked. They are cooked.
Yeah.
You know?
God.
So again, we're not using this as fuel for you to beat yourself over the head with a hammer here. Like, I think that's the opposite of what we want. But this is why you can't feel this urgency that I must do better, I must do more, because the irony is that you consistently and constantly miss out on opportunities because you push yourself. It's like the equivalent of like, I don't need to sleep, I need to study, right? I don't need to sleep, I need to study, right? And then you flunk the exam, right? That's just such a toxic mindset to have. You need to perform at your best. You need to rest at your best. You need to set up and do the honest things. And you need to know sometimes that I did the right thing, my team just trolled. Or I did the right thing, but I just missed the shots, right? It's okay. Yeah, I think this is fine. I would not try to bail your Ram out. Just let him die.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, good call.
This felt a bit weird, and then
I think this is where you can be... I understand your quandary here, because you're like, I need to apply pressure because the fight is happening right now. It's just a 4v5, so what do I do? I think this is fine. I think what you did is fine. You kind of were like, we're kind of playing resources down, so I'm kind of just being a distraction here. I don't hate this. I really don't hate this. I think you've been a distraction here. You have a really difficult situation because your rim staggered so badly, and then you fall back, but you do fall back to a short angle, right? I think you guys are about the C9.
yep,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
fault.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't think it changes too much, to be honest with you. That was more on your real mantra. Okay. Give me another code, even a crappy one. I want to see it.
I got you. 1 sec. Let me just check. Sorry, I didn't think we'd get through it that fast.
Yeah. Well, you played so perfectly that there's just nothing but good things to say.
Seven. Okay, so this one was depressing. And
It's
really bad.
Color me surprised. That I never thought that adjective would be associated. Go ahead.
Like, this was like first game of the day, tilted because my replays are gone. Mechanics are warm, but I've never played against Hazard, and I didn't know this guy could burst me like that.
Yeah.
So my mental was cooked as well. So, yeah.
I appreciate the honesty. Let's take a look.
What's up, Mark?
I want to see honest angles, or I want to see aggressive angles. I don't care as long as you put thought and preparation into them. I don't want you to feel pressure that you have to do more outside of what you're able to do. I want you to be careful with how you play after you've used recall and used blinks. And I want you to actually turn your brain on when it comes to pulse bomb. Not just the mechanics, but when you need to be using it.
Yeah, this might be like a game that you'll give me a lot of feedback in then. 'Cause I think I lost my head.
Yeah. And I think when you lose your head, we're going to expect kind of a caricature of your gameplay. Like, we're going to see a lot of things that maybe you wouldn't otherwise do. Maybe some things, exaggerated errors. So when and where, you let me know. If it's like, I don't normally do that, don't worry about that. Yeah, okay. Contest.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
It's just a bad angle. It's just not well executed, right? So looking at this is kind of more promising, but then where do you need to push from here?
See, I don't know actually, because if I go into that little room over there, he can just force me out. If I
Like
go
here?
into the
Like here?
no, go a little bit forward.
Like to here?
Yeah, like there, I feel like he'll just force me out. If I go from like where point is, people usually walk in there. Like, what if there's like a McCree?
Okay. You're way overcomplicating this. You need a short range off angle, right? You do not have a short range off angle right now. Short range off angle would be if you could get to here, sure. If you could get to here, sure. I think this is just a little bit better, a little bit closer, right?
Okay.
That's it. You're like, oh, but he's gonna force me out. So, right?
Yeah.
You know, and what? I've played a lot of Hazard. Tracer's obnoxious because I can harass her, but I should never. Even if you like use the double blink here, as long as you have one blink, if he turns the corner and tries to slash, back out, waste his time. We saw that with the Reinhardt on King's Row, right? Just waste of time. Hold the angle. It's like you get poked out of the angle, but for no good reason. It's just because you're peeking from 25 meters away. That's all. Don't do that. Hold the angle and shoot.
Oh, our
This is
Echo
good.
died. What?
What is it?
I think our Echo died before the fight started. Oh.
Somebody died before the fight started, but yeah.
Yeah.
But this whole like, oh, what if I get forced out again? So it's the same thing with the rotation, right? And you're tilted about this, but this is just the fight's over, so everyone's chasing you, and you're also 49 HP. So okay,
Yeah.
Where's your short range angle? Where's your short range angle? Sure, clear.
Ouch.
Bit of crosshair ego, and the worst part about crosshair ego is when you realize it too late, because you go, I shouldn't have crosshair ego, and I'm stuck in a reload.
Yeah. Can you like replay this? Because
Yes.
I don't know why I got in this situation. Okay, I see her. I blink, miss half my clip, and now I have like one blink left.
You're okay.
What
You're
do I
fine.
do here?
You're fine. You need to blink.
Yeah.
You need to blink, shoot. She's going to turn. You're going to keep shooting. She turns. Maybe she hits one shot, and then that second blink has arrived. You blink, and you finish the clip. Then you're going to recall. She's going to be 1 HP, so she's either the Suzu, TP, or both. And then you're going to have full HP, a blink and a half, and a Kiriko that's either scared or dead, or out, or no cooldowns.
Okay.
The main problem here, there's twofold. There's two big problems here. One, you blinked to the wall there, right? Actually, there's three. So let's go back again. So that's a bit messy. That's a bit messy. Okay, that's all right. This is the mistake here. But there's another mistake here. So you actually use a bit of shots here. You juke, but then you start a reload at 32 bullets.
Oh yeah, this is the thing. I do this all the time. I like, it's just that I can't get out of it. I don't know what to do.
Now you just gotta practice it. This is get off the aim trainer, right?
Yeah, I've been trying.
Get into deathmatch, right? Like or get into ranked and practice this and just this. Like you could just be really brain dead with your angles, but just dance with your blinks and practice this, right? Because like you have earned the clip here. Like so much so that I actually think you could shoot the entire clip here without even having any concern, right? Like you've won. You've won the duel right now. You've won the duel.
And then I throw.
And then you throw, right? That reload. You've wasted your massive advantage. That being said, you positioned well such that look at what you've done.
Yeah.
Okay? So space created. Ha ha ha. And you still have your resources in terms of your HP. You still have the angle for the next rotation. Let's keep
Now
going.
watch the throw.
I mean, this doesn't look like a throw to me. As long as you don't die. That's not a throw.
Okay.
That's not a throw. Like you took a high risk, high reward duel, but you did so when you were coming up on resources, so this is appropriate, right? Like there's a bit of risk here, right? You don't quite have your recall, but I think it's okay.
Yeah,
You blink to the mega.
shot.
You blink here. Now I would have liked to have seen a blink here, but you do. And then you recall out. You decide to ego the clip despite the Echo looking at you because the Kiriko is not, and she's also low. You then blink
that's
out.
next level.
Yeah, she gets the full stickies on you, but you're like you just don't quite get the blink. But come on, like this is kind of where we talked about like honest Overwatch versus risky Overwatch. This is risky Overwatch, but you know what? You still followed the rules. You played your short range angle. You blinked around her. You took the 1v2. You played around your resources. I have nothing to say here. Congratulations. Go next. You should win the fight off of this.
I think we do.
You should. It's not just the 1-for-1 trade. It's also all the space, all the resources that you took, right? Because that wasn't just a 2-for-1. It was a 2-for-1, and you got a kill, right? Like that almost never happens, and you play. It's because you played it well. So you just won your team that fight. And I think the important thing for me is like I'm not trying to be like a psychoanalyst here, but like the fact that you go into that fight with such a negative attitude in this call, and yet you did almost everything well.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It might be like because when I first started playing this game, I played it with my friends, and I've never been like a abilities game. Like I've hated this game for a long time, like proper hate, because it's like not aim based, it's abilities, and the movement has no acceleration.
Yeah. You're one of those CS snobs.
Yeah, not even just like Quake.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
got
hate
you.
flicking as well. I hate burst. I have all types of opinions that are unhealthy to this game. But I'm trying to fix that.
Yeah,
But
sure.
it's like ingrained in my gameplay now a little bit. I need to break it.
Yeah, I mean, you did such a good job like playing this duel. It makes me question that like, oh, I died, I messed up. No, you didn't. You took a 2v1, you forced all the resources, you pulled them completely woefully out of position, and then managed to secure a kill. Like that's really good. That you win fights off of that. If you did that in like 90% of your fights, you'd climb to Grandmaster. You know, like that's just how it is. And the crucial thing is, it's not just saying, hey, congratulations, but what did you do well? You positioned well. You were patient. You blinked relatively well. You played around your resources. You did all the things that we talk about in my sessions, and you did them well.
All right.
You do that, you win. Your timing here is garbage. Shame on you. I don't know if it's pulse bomb or what, but that's just horrific. Now you managed to get out. This angle makes a little bit more sense. But see, even this, it's like it just look at where your team is. Like you're not just your hog, your entire team is playing around this choke. What are you doing? You know?
Where should I position?
Well, you tell me. Look at your look at your tank. It's not just where you should position, but when should you shoot? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I shouldn't. Okay.
You either sit here and hide, don't give away your position, or maybe you drop your angle back to here, or drop your angle back to here. I think honestly, hiding here is probably the best play because you have pulse bomb. Right? So
All right.
it's just a question of
Yeah.
timing. You're smart enough to figure this out.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, so come on, like that's like look at all the resources to distraction that you got that doesn't matter because nobody is there.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Oh, this guy also chased me the whole fight. Like, wow. He really wanted me, huh? I
Well,
thought
yeah,
he
but,
left
but,
me
but
here.
here's why he chased you the whole fight. Now he overestimated his abilities, but he's recognized that you overextended and you burned your recall. So he's thinking, oh, I actually can kill her. Normally, a hazard won't chase you if he's got a brain, right? But he's seen you use 2 blinks, he's seen you waste your recall because your timing is bad, and so now he thinks that I can actually get the kill. So actually, this is good from you because after the terrible timing, you are leading this guy in a wild goose chase. He thinks he can kill you. Your movement's too good. So what you could actually think is you could actually argue that the nano, for example, on the Symmetra that you're seeing on the top right, that's only because there's no tank, right? Like really, like you've made such a huge error that this game should have just been over, or this fight should have just been over. But yeah, I mean, basically, he's being weird because he thinks he can catch you because you blew all your resources because your timing was bad.
Right. Yeah.
That's kind of like the butterfly effect here. Obviously, we tried to rush the touch. We don't get it. Unfortunate. Okay, this is just kind of a mess, so stabilize, take your angle.
Flashpoint unlocked.
Is the flashpoint back right? It doesn't show up on the replay viewer. Do you remember? No, it's not. It's left.
Yeah. It's here.
Oh, it is here. What is going
This
on?
was so weird.
Good pulse.
Thanks.
Good use of your blinks again. Again, like look at her crosshair. I want you to look at this from her perspective. I want you to look at this from her perspective.
Functions at peak power.
Okay, 3rd time's the charm.
Flashpoint unlocked.
Nah, but she's a bozo. Like.
You know, she's relying on her turrets because she just does. She's not even trying. She's given up, right? And obviously, you make her look foolish. And to be clear, with or without pulse bomb, she's dead. With how you're moving now. Good. Good.
Oh my god. There's a upcoming death soon. Comedic. No, but it's actually too funny.
Okay,
You're
this
gonna
better
see
be
it.
funny.
Caught off guard.
Yeah.
Adaptive
Oops.
circuits engaged.
This. Watch.
Trace them.
I mean, I saw the vision. I get it. I mean, you're trying to edge it, right? Because you're like, I need to cut off her crosshair. I need to blink
Yeah.
this many. Again, I'm trying to think, like, if I'm splitting hairs here, really, what's the problem? I don't know. I mean, you're taking an isolated 1v1, but in theory, you should win those, right? I think it's just she had ult and you didn't. I don't think this is bad.
Yeah, she even got like the jump on me, so I'm
Yeah, I mean-
surprised I even got it that low. to be honest.
Right. I mean, that went about as poorly as it possibly can.
Literally.
But, yeah, I mean, I think, like, that's not going to be the reason that you can't climb.
See, this was a situation where I didn't know. Yeah, okay, whatever. Forget that.
It's just experience diff, right? Because here's the thing with Hazard, right? He commits everything here, right? He's going all the way in, right? He is so incredibly out of position to do any sort of pressure to any other person on your team. So if you blink this, okay, not even recall, blink this, blink. He is going to start bleeding resources, and you're going to have a 2v1 that you almost impossible for you to die to. Because Kiriko's going to pocket him, and he's going to sit there and I mean, you're going to literally be able to stay on him for like 12 seconds without needing any healing. It's that one burst, and if he doesn't hit, it's over. Like, it's like Roadhog Hook, but like way less scary, and not, and that's it. You just live. That's it. This is just dumb for me. Just either dumb and or inexperienced. Like, you don't need to play Riss as a character a little bit more. That's all. Because he's so out of position, and by out of position, I mean that like there is no way this is worth the resources for him to go for you. It's just not worth it.
Yep. This was bad. Yeah, nah.
You just need to be decisive, right? I could tell that you're this is deer in headlights, right? Like you legitimately have no idea what to do. Where's your short range off angle?
Probably like up the stairs, but I didn't think of that at the time.
Like up
like
here?
not those stairs, like where Hazard is, like main, just blink
Like
through
here?
it and go to
Yeah, that would have been okay. To be honest with you, if you don't really know what to do, just get closer to where you think you're gonna go. Go underneath. Sit here. And then decide. And then decide. Okay, you know what? And then you kind of do that here. And frankly, from here, just go to point.
True.
Just go to point. Do what your position allows you to do.
I got scared.
Yeah. The reason why you are scared is because you keep being indecisive about where to go. You're kind of just like running around in circles. Just commit to an angle. Commit. You've created a lot of space, right? But commit. And then obviously, like, in that panic, things start to leak out your ears and you start to make mistakes that you otherwise might not make.
Yeah.
Our favorite hero. I knew you were cooked.
It's because you put the wall and it stunned me. And just
yeah.
Otherwise, I was out on the trust. Ouch. Like, don't question it.
I thought it was just the EU strafe. You heard of the EU strafe?
Oh, the stuttery strafe?
No, not in the stuttery strafe. You just strafe in the stream direction, just like that. It gets him every time. I did this to somebody yesterday on stream on a Sojourn game. I was like 1 HP, and I just like start strafing, and I just start pull. I just hold the D key. They miss like every shot for like 2 seconds. It was hilarious.
Yeah, because people predict, they don't actually react.
Yeah.
That gets me too.
I mean, it works on it. There's a reason it works. Yeah. Hold your angle. She's gonna go for you again. Oh, she thought she had stickies. I think she got caught in a reload there. That was weird. Nice. I'm surprised, like, the Echo, like, I'm telling you, you're getting a lot of distraction value here. Like, this Echo and Hazard really want to get after you. You're going to win so many fights this game if you just hold their attention, right? Like, Echo thinks she's him, like, so much, right? And she's just walking into your crosshair, like, every single time. And if she doesn't hit the full stick, she dies. Abuse that.
Yeah. Oh, Tracer. I love these.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. You just made it look stupid. Good trigger discipline there. Yeah, I mean, all of this just because you actually knew where you wanted to be. That's it. Like, everything can be chalked up here to where you are on an angle around where your team is fighting. It ain't rocket science, you know?
All right.
The rocket science kind of comes into the mechanical side of things, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of how you position this character, I mean, even a jackass like myself can do okay. Is that the NA strafe? Like, I don't really know what that is.
I can't lie. I thought I was. I thought I was on the health pack.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I find that surprisingly hard sometimes, like knowing where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy. I mean, this is kind of what I talked about, right? Like, you see what this guy went for, right? Check it. So he thinks he's him, like your choice, and he's like, oh, well, whiff. And so then now that's a 6-second cooldown. That's his wall. That's his shots. And now look at where he is in relation to his team. right? Look at your tank's HP, and like he's completely blew everything and got nothing out of it. Your problem here is I can feel the panic. I can smell the adrenaline in the air, right? Where you're here, you clear Tracer, Hazard's on you, May, just live. Just blink out. Like, the fact that you took that shot is offensive to me.
Yeah.
Right? It's just poor, right? It's just poor, right? Now, you can't be held accountable for your Moira being in spawn, again. You can't be held accountable for your Mei dying, but bait their attention. Like, the thing with tanks, like, you know how it is with tanks, right? You don't take the 1v1, you just ruin their day. You win the HP trade. That's all. Play Ring Around the Rosie with them. Hazard's no exception. Play Ring Around Rosie with Hazard, you win.
Okay.
He does not have the mobility to keep up with you, especially after yesterday.
Oh yeah, they added the.
Yeah, it's a big nerf, right? It's a whole full second increase. So it used to be 5, now it's 6, and that's a big deal, right? Imagine that with blinks, right? Imagine with blinks being 20% slower to reload. I mean, you'd feel it, right? Same thing.
Yeah, here was a mistake, I realized.
Well, it's another one of those situations where the only reason he's chasing you
A taste of poison.
is this.
From my recall.
Yeah, so that's the only reason he's chasing you. And not just that, but this as well, right? So you're like, oh, I'm fine. No, you're not. Like, think about it this way. If you did this, a Winston would kill you. Right? Really, think about it, right? Winston jumps you right now, you're cooked. He's going to get landing damage. You're going to react with a blink, and then he's going to alt fire you with his now 60 damage alternate fire, and you're going to die.
Damn.
You can't get away. You're cooked. I can't even believe you went for the pulse one, and I can't even believe he didn't block the damage either. That's hilarious. So unironically, still winnable here. So huge pulse, you goof. Like, I can't believe that worked. Had zero business working. All right, let's watch one more fight here. Yeah, this is just, come on, like he I want you to understand something right here. He is probably gonna die for this. Or could come very close to dying to this. If he misses this, it's over for him. Where should he be? Where should he be?
Probably in front of this team.
Probably in front of his team, right? So you blink this out here, he's done. Your Junker Queen walks, your Juno walks, you shoot him in the back, your Mei walls him off, he dies, they lose the point.
Yeah, it's just like I'm not really used to the character. Like in most FPS games, if you're behind cover, you don't die, and this guy just comes around cover like that. I don't expect it.
He breaks the rules. It's the same reason why you would think about like, oh, a Roadhog just hooks me around, and I should be able to peek and actually play the game without getting hooked, right? It's the same thing like when I'm playing on my backline. How is it that there's like no angle that a wrecking ball can't get to me? Like there's no angle that you can avoid a wrecking ball. He will always get to you if he wants to get to you, right? There's just like a lot of rules, and this is just not just the case for tanks, right? It's just the case for Overwatch. Sombra's another one, breaks the rules, right? But there are always compensated with weaknesses, right? If you're ready for this and you're expecting this and you're listening to this, you will be rewarded because he will die, or he will significantly lose out on value. The only reason your team didn't push is because like, oh frick, this guy's dead again. So.
Oh, dead.
I might prescribe you 3 or 4 hours of Hazard and quick play. Take your angle. Don't chase. I mean, I don't hate this, because it wasn't too far away, but would have preferred you just keep deepening from the angle that you had. Yep. Yep. Good. She's out. Speaking of characters that cheat the game, right? There's another one. Nice. Look at you. And that's beautiful right there. Now I want to point out something. I know, Hazard again. Yeah. Look what this guy would choose to go for with his nano slash. Goes for you.
It's crazy. I was raging when this happened. I'm like,
this is the definition of fan behavior, but it's also the definition of a really stupid decision from him. That was his burst. That was his spike in value right there, right? Now it works because once again you eat the slash, so I'm with you on that one. But okay, let's. I want you to take notes. You could take notes on your own, or you could take notes in the channel. I don't care. But I want you to tell me what needs to be practiced. What do you got?
All right. So firstly, I should like commit to an angle instead of being indecisive and placing myself in positions where
Yes.
I'm not effective and I miss out on opportunities.
Yes.
Also, um, instead of like staging in my downtime, instead of going and taking a proper angle, I kind of just go and try to get like a stagger on somebody, get a kill, and then I have to leave. I don't
Yep.
utilize that like downtime properly.
Yep.
I have to stop reloading after I blink. And yeah, I need to get better against Hazard, I guess, that's for sure.
Yeah, just get better in your matchup. Biggest thing for you is just be patient. Trust the process. If you get value, if the decision is good, do it. That's it.
Okay.
All right. Be patient with that, and I think be very specific with what you're practicing in game. I think like the reload mid movement, right? Being more disciplined when you don't have the resources. These are all things that you can be working at in isolation as well. Set specific goals, train specific goals. Don't worry as much about the result. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on the team. Oh, and last thing for you as well. I don't know if you pointed this one out. I might have misheard, but you need to do a better job tracking where your team is. You
Oh
need
yeah.
to do a better job tracking where your team is. It's a very, very fundamental, simple thing, but it's really, really important that you get that. Really, really important that you get that right.
True. That's a good point.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Last question. Yeah,
Yes, go for it.
yeah. What title are you gonna put on the thumbnail? Have you thought
What
of it?
title am I going to? I'll tell you what. You call the title. You call it.
No.
No,
That's
no, no, no,
too.
no, no, no. The pressure's on. Now you got to tell me. You got to tell me.
Ah, it's gotta be short because it's big text.
It doesn't have to be short. You could have something obnoxiously long. Your call.
Pick your time, I guess.
Pick your time. Really, that you get the opportunity and you say pick your time. You're not going to be like rough dog bark. Like you could literally call it anything, and you're going to call it pick your time.
I'm trying to think of something appropriate, you know?
You could be like, I am dog, or I am a dog. I suck. I am the worst.
Nah, more Kovacs.
I'm
That's
gonna
the one
more
right there.
Kovacs. More Kovacs. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill a family of 4. Okay, fine. More Kovacs.